Hey guys, what up? It's your girl Kabachi Bot, aka Chelsea, and I'm here today with the lovely
Claire. Hi everyone.
My girl Claire is here with me today, and we are going to kind of talk and discuss about some recent racially charged events that have been happening in pop culture and the media and on YouTube here recently. I'm kind of gonna pick her brain a little bit about it. Like, Claire, can you share with my viewers and subscribers a little?
No.
Well then, share with them about a little bit where you're from originally.
Well, I am from the Philippines. Hello po sa inyong lahat. Annyeonghaseyo, and I am here in Korea.
Yay! She's here in Korea studying, so yay! I'm so happy for her to join me today.
Yeah.
Recently, there's been a couple of incidents. The first one we're going to start off with is dealing with our YouTube community, because Claire is a YouTuber as well. I'm going to link her channel in the description box down below. This particular YouTuber has caused some serious controversy in none other than Japan.
Why? What happened?
Okay, so who I'm talking about,
Japan.
you might wonder. I know we're so close to Japan over here in Korea. Who am I talking about, you might wonder? I am talking about the one, the only. Right. So is this American YouTuber, unfortunately, who became famous and well known for like making vlogs and these crazy outlandish like prank and you know, those type videos. That was his demographic,
prank videos, okay.
And his demographic of followers are very much so like 14, 12-year-old boys and like, you know, that sort of audience that's very easily
typical
manipulated
ones
and
doing pranks.
Right.
Yeah.
So anywho, you know, okay, whatever. Everybody who is big on YouTube makes their bread and butter from whatever and however they've branded themselves on YouTube. So whatever their market is, that's the videos they make for their audience. Fine. But what crossed the line that he did recently is
a prank in Japan?
He went to Japan with his fellow like brothers who also do YouTubing with him and whatnot, and his posse. And not only was he creating like a series of vlogs for the week that they were traveling there, the vlogs were highly disrespectful. He had been running around the original like Japanese fish markets, like disrupting all the fish and like touching things inappropriately and like, you know, disturbing the workers there. Like, it's their livelihood, it's their lives.
Is it for a prank or
he was doing it for video, for views? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For the sake of like, oh, ha ha ha, that's so funny. Here, check this out, and have all his followers laugh along with him. And he also like went to like sacred temples, and
he did something over there.
Yeah, he was like dressed up in a female kimono, and then where you're supposed to like throw a coin or something into one of the like little sacred temples.
The well, yeah.
Right. He threw like a handful and said he wished for like bitches and hoes or something like that. So I mean, like, just extremely disrespectful. No disregard for their culture.
In public.
Right. Like, he completely. Oh no. If you type into YouTube Jake Paul Japan, there is a video that comes up.
He's arrested?
Called, well, he was kicked out.
Oh.
You know, everything that this kid has done in Japan. And you know what? What's even worse is that he used to be contracted with Disney Channel. He was on a Disney Channel show. But even Disney released his contract and like cut ties with him because he was too controversial through his YouTube. So obviously he was more dedicated to being outlandish on YouTube than to like creating a wholesome, clean-cut image that of course Disney promotes. Leading up to this main event that had occurred, where he went to the suicide forest in Japan, knowingly that it, you know, is notorious for people, unfortunately, who went there to commit suicide. Disregard for the signs that prohibit, you know, unauthorized personnel through a certain path. Him and his crew went through there, and
the different path.
Yeah, the part that was restricted, and happened upon an actual deceased body that was hanging from a tree. Now, this was real. It wasn't staged, and it wasn't like he set it up and was recording it. It was an actual person who committed suicide. And there was no sense of respect or honoring of that person. He filmed it. He showed the body on his YouTube channel on that video. No. He laughed jokingly about it next to the body. And then, to top it all off, cherry on top, he turned the dead body, the footage he had with the dead body, into a thumbnail for clickbait. So it really draws up that question of what is too far when it comes to YouTubers and us as creators in this YouTube community for what you would do to get views and to get like clicks and things like that. Now, mind you, he's already very well, you know, known in his little group of followers. So he has lots of subscribers and millions of followers. So he keeps wanting to up the ante, but
so he needs something extreme,
right?
That's
and outlandish.
too much,
and that completely was uncalled for and disrespectful. And honestly, like, in my opinion, I think his passport should have been revoked, and he should have just been kicked out of Japan from all the other stuff combined leading up to that point that he was already doing in Japan.
The best way to go about the situation, and it looks like Logan Paul is now taking a break.
Yeah, I did see the apology, his second apology video, but
he has not.
I felt as though it was insincere in a way, because don't do something knowing that you might receive this type of backlash, like this type of controversy, because it's insensitive to people, to the culture, to the country of Japan and its people. Like, you know, you wouldn't want somebody coming into your country doing those things and saying those
without
things
any respect.
without any respect. Like, you don't know whose relative that could have been, you know, that killed themselves, unfortunately, and you're just like poking fun at it.
And I don't understand, like, why would you show it in a video? I mean,
that if your main following are children.
I mean, like, yeah, his main followers are 13, 14 years old, as you said, and if you're gonna put that in your video content, I don't think it's really appropriate, because that's a different story. If you want to hit, like, a lot of views, I mean, as a YouTuber, of course, you need something creative, something different in your channel, but that's going too far, though. Like, it's like something personal, and you not knowing the person who it is, you don't even have permission to go there in the first place. So and at the end of the day, there's limits, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's limits to everything. There's nothing wrong with you being a creative YouTuber and wanting to push boundaries and, you know, give, like, entertaining content for your viewers, but you also have to be mindful and respectful of, like, other cultures and other viewers that are watching. Especially you're in a different country.
Yeah, and for you to go to somebody else's country uninvited, you willingly went there yourself, and then you start causing havoc and doing all this stuff unwillingly, like, you know, like, without being forced to do it. Like, no one asked you to come to Japan. No one asked you to be there. You could leave at your own free will. Like, you know what I'm saying? So don't abuse your privilege. Don't abuse. And that's what's unfortunate. I, as an American, feel embarrassed because he is also an American, and that reflects badly and poorly upon my country.
I think, yeah, because sometimes people nowadays, like, if one person did it and, for example, he's an American, then other people would see you, for example, coming in as American, they'd try to say,
and they'll,
hey, she's an American, they'd label you all out, and then they'd be more cautious of you, and I don't like that kind of feeling, because for you yourself, you're like, you have your own personality, and then you're being judged just because of that person.
Right. It only takes one bad apple to spoil the batch, honestly, you guys. And to say the least, like, there's been a lot of backlash from other Americans about this kid and how he should not be ever able to post anything else on YouTube again. But unfortunately, because of the days and times we lived in, he's probably just gonna get a slap on the wrist. Of course, he made these apology videos. Give it a week or two, people will forget, and then it'll be brushed under the rug. Now, moving on, I just want to kind of give a little bit of a parallel in a way. Now, this incident with the Jake Paul kid, yes, he went to another country and was doing some idiotic stuff and ignorant stuff over there. But now I want your opinion on the flip side to this, where we have another quote unquote
American? No.
Yes, he's American, unfortunately, but he's of a different race. He's African American, but he does the same level of stuff that this Jake Paul has done, but he only keeps it isolated to in the States, in America. So his name is, he goes by Bonk Gang, Bonk. I don't know if I'm saying it with enough of a ebonic twang. Bonk. But I know he said Bonk Gang a lot, or I've heard Bonk Gang. Anyway, he blew up on Instagram for recording himself doing stupid stuff out in the streets, and really, like, in supermarkets and in stores, where he'll just, like, mess up the whole store and then run out, or he, like, takes things without paying for it, and
he's gonna return the goods right after the cops met him or something like that?
I don't know, but it appears to be that he just keeps on running and never returns stuff. So anyway, we're gonna watch a little bit of a few clips of what made him quote unquote famous by the mindless drones that follow this guy.
That's why I don't really like pranks
Yeah.
that hurt.
It goes
other
too
people.
far. So this is like classic, what he typically does. Like just destroy stuff inside stores.
No!
Yep. Just so wasteful and like disrespectful. I think it's funny. All for what? For some cheap laughs?
Oh!
See, he like...
No! And then they just ran.
Yeah, and then they just run off. What has this world come to now where we glorify this sort of idiotic behavior?
Well, not me.
In culture? Right, no, of course not us.
Yeah,
but I mean,
younger
like, a lot of the masses, yeah, the younger generations, like in, say for instance, your country where you're from, do you guys have anything that's like on this level of like stupidity that becomes popular and famous with like the young kids and the younger generations?
Well, not to that extreme, but we do have like, you know, when they put pies on you or something like that. But I don't find it funny at all because you hurt other people.
Right.
So, yeah.
So anyway, that's two contrasts, the Jake Paul and then this Boonk Gang character here. I want us to discuss this recent ad posted by H&M on a marketing campaign for one of their hoodies for the children's clothing line, where they got this little African American boy, I believe, to model, and they put him in a t-shirt or a green hoodie that reads
the coolest monk in the jungle?
Coolest...
Oh, monkey.
Yeah, coolest monkey in the jungle. And needless to say, that received a lot of backlash from celebrities and parents and people all alike.
Did they know? No.
See, that's the question. Did they know? Because you know, when you're posting for a major brand such as H&M, whomever the photographer is, whomever the editor is, all of that has to go through pre-approving before anything makes it to the final cut, you know, the final like publishing. And if this appeared on the website or a magazine or whatever, it had to have been approved by someone.
Yeah.
So who is the person making these decisions, green lighting, saying, oh, it's okay to have a black kid in this type
with
of...
that kind of...
Yeah. Because let's look here at what the boy in the orange sweatshirt, it says here on his...
Mangrove Jungle
survival expert. And even the way he's looking at the other kid's sweatshirt, he was like, oh shit, this is gonna be controversial.
And then like, I feel sorry for the little boy, but he's giving off like a really strong vibe, which is actually really
like,
good
the way
for him.
he's
Like he's fighting for it. I like it. I like that
confident
attitude.
Yeah.
Without knowing what the
he probably doesn't even
the
really
shirt is.
understand the meaning or know what is written on the actual sweatshirt. And it's unfortunate because, you know, like, why would you take advantage of a kid like that? They're children. They don't really know. It's already bad enough they're born into this miserable world.
But you know what? If you try to switch it, like the sweatshirts, if he tries to wear this and then he tries to wear this, do you think it'd have a different impression?
That's a great question you raised, because I don't believe it would have been as controversial.
Yeah, I think it's like...
Because if the little Caucasian boy was wearing the green one that says coolest monkey in the jungle...
It wouldn't mean much.
It wouldn't mean much to it. Like, it still would be kind of like, all right, well, whatever. You know, it's referring to like the animal kingdom.
Maybe it's like Tarzan. They're portraying Tarzan or something like that.
And then of course, you know, what the actual Caucasian boy is wearing, if that was on the black kid, then it would be like mangrove jungle survival expert or whatever. So it wouldn't make much of a controversy. Yeah. But right now, because
of that label,
right, and the history associated with like how, you know, people of color have been treated for so many centuries, you know, it was just considered insensitive of them to actually let this slip through the cracks and be published. And now there's so many celebrities coming to the kid's defense. Do you think that's fair, or do you think the criticism and reaction has been too over the top?
Well, because based on what you said, it's all about the history, and knowing that, I think it's fair. But at the same, because you know what I raised about the question earlier, what if it switched? It would have been different. Right. And it wouldn't be like that. So I'm thinking if it's a little bit too much, but
Maybe at the end of the day, the phrase on it should have been scrapped altogether.
Yeah, I think
no one needs to be referred to as a monkey, no matter what shade or color you are.
Maybe the thing is that, you know, people recognize it because once they read it, the first thing that comes to their mind is something about history in the past.
Right, race relations.
Yeah,
and,
discrimination and stuff like that.
Exactly.
They wouldn't really think of it as, oh, it's just a sweatshirt. Oh, it's just someone wearing it.
Right.
Because the one who's wearing it has more meaning to it. So I guess that's how it became more controversial, and that's how it became, I guess, appropriate to do that thing to H&M.
Or maybe H&M had the mindset where it's like they were so affirmed in how non-racist they were, they thought they could like put the kid in this and it'd be like not hoping that the world would be past looking at things and reading into things so deeply in terms
they wouldn't
of like
go and
race
they'd be all open-minded, and wouldn't see that thing coming. I mean, if I see this two posters or like the thing, I go and look at the boy's face first, and I notice how confident he is instead of just looking at the sweatshirt.
Right.
So I guess it's based on each and everybody's perspective. Too.
Bonus round.
There's a bonus round.
There's a bonus round. It's the quote-unquote American President Trump and some recent remarks that he has made.
Oh, I haven't been updated to
in relations to other countries, referring to other countries that are basically not first world countries. So
okay.
Apparently
that's part of my country. I want to see it.
Right. So at some sort of internalized meeting in the White House where they were discussing immigrants coming into the Americas and what
they'd stop it, or
he referred to all the other nations that have immigrants currently living in America, in the country, as shithole countries, right? So basically every small country that might have an immigrant that might immigrate to America, which literally has been every other freaking country.
Exactly.
Hello?
Because, you know, like, U.S., the land of freedom, everyone's allowed to go in and out, and then
Irish immigrants, German immigrants, Polish immigrants, right? That's European, Russian immigrants even.
It doesn't care about those people.
African, Asian immigrants. America is a literal melting culture pot. It wouldn't be America if it wasn't for other cultures to make it up to what it is today.
And he said like that.
Yeah, he called the other countries.
I don't want to say that.
Like let me not misquote, but let me look up the direct.
As in all the other countries who's coming in, like all the other immigrants. He coined a term.
Yeah, as their countries as being, he was referring a closed door meeting saying that are all the immigrants coming in from all these shithole countries. Like, as so-called leader of the free world of the United States, you do, as the figurehead of our country, who's supposed to be the best representative of us, that's what you're going to belittle and call other nations that literally, you know, in certain ways have contributed to helping America, our country, in some way, shape, or form too.
I have a question.
Yes.
How does he say things?
Retardedly.
I mean, like, does those kind of words, like, leave his mouth? I don't know.
He does not think before he speaks. It's like we have an 8-year-old to run our country.
Like, yeah, he doesn't think before he speaks. He just speaks whatever he wants
comes to his mind. Because you know why? He feels as though, you know, he's sitting in a place with people buffering him and are backing him without any repercussions.
So that kind of word is like his expression, or
this type of rhetoric is the common normality for this guy.
Because he
said worse stuff than this, honestly.
Because you know what, I could see like something familiar, like something similar in our country as well.
Now this is good. Now this brings me to the comparison of the Filipino president.
It's so like, because he says those kinds of words, and it makes me think of Duterte, which is also our president in the Philippines. He says whatever he thinks, and right afterwards he would say he would apologize if he hurt other people, but he wouldn't think twice to say whatever's on his mind.
He says what he wants to say first, and then he backtracks.
Yeah.
The same thing Trump does. Thank you, Claire.
Why can't people just be good people?
Right. Why can't people just be good, honest, hearted people? But all right, guys, this has been Kibachi Bot with Claire.
Thank you so much for inviting me and for keeping me up to date.
Yes, and if you guys have any comments or want to leave any remarks, definitely do so down
below
in the comment section below. Like this video, subscribe if you so wish, and I hope to be seeing your lovely faces again in the near future.
Thank you.
Peace.